Hello, and welcome back to episode 18 of my amplified totemless hardcore Minecraft world with me, your host, Lark the Bird. So, as you can see, there has been some progress made on our nether tunnels, and I really like this theme and this idea. I was actually asking a few other Minecraft creators and stuff on Twitch, just in their channels and stuff, like, if you were to have an Aztec Mayan-inspired base in a jungle, what would you do for another tunnel? And they were like, well, where would your portal come from at? And I was like, well, it's in a jungle temple. And they're like, well, maybe you could have it so when you go through the portal, it's kind of like the back rooms and stuff of that. So it's kind of starts the immersion into that area. And so this is what we did. And I have actually been working on doing some more things. I've actually have made a lot of progress. I did a lot of this on a Twitch stream, and so I'm gonna have this chasm, essentially, or this essentially like the inside of a temple here, and you're gonna be crossing this rope bridge, and I'm gonna have a water and some stuff, not really water, but it looks look like water, maybe some dripstone and whatnot to make it look like it's trapped and everything like that, maybe some dispensers and stuff that'll shoot arrows. I don't know exactly still. I'm still trying to work it out. But this, let me go into free cam over here, is actually on a kind of like a floating pillar, and you can see we have our bridge over here. And the one thing that I'm still working on is this wall right here. I was shaping this up, and I'm not a big fan of this wall, and I think I'm going to do basically what I did with the pyramid and mix in some stone bricks and some cracked stone bricks just to make it feel more like it's part of a bigger structure. And I'm going to have some more bridges and whatnot going in all four directions, most likely, just so that I can get it to work. So we're going to have a time lapse. But one thing you might have noticed is that I'm wearing gold, and that is because I actually had a very, very close call, like a half-heart encounter on my Twitch live stream, and I literally thought I was dead. So I'm gonna play that clip, and then I'm gonna get back to building. So enjoy the chaos and the building. Ow. I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh. Half a heart. So I've actually finished the nether hub, except for the roof, but we're not going to look at the roof or the ceiling because I'm a little stuck right now creatively, and so we can always come back to it, which is not a big problem. And I am quite happy with how the hub all turns out, as you can see here. It very much looks just like a jungle temple. Actually, we kind of thought it looked like a map as well, because you can see the river crossing over, and it kind of looks like the little mountains down there with the dripstone. But I wanted the dripstone to feel like it was like a trap and whatnot, and I think it kind of works out nicely. And I'm quite happy with how the walls turned out. Just a little bit of texture variation to the blocks that were originally there. And added these pillars, which will eventually hold up the ceiling. But that's for a later time and later date, and I'm quite happy with how it turned out. I'm currently playing backwards, so pardon me as I deal with this. Let's go back here. So I am happy how it turned out, and I can't wait to continue this later on once I get hit with an idea to do for the ceiling. But this is not the only thing that has happened since that time lapse ended, and I actually have a few time lapses that I need to show you, but I'm gonna talk over them, and so I can talk here, and then you're gonna see what I did, And the first thing that I did was I actually ended up working on a bunch of excavation because I needed rooted dirt and mud for a project that I'm currently working on, or will plan to work on shortly, that you will see. And the first thing I needed to do was excavate an area for a rooted dirt and a mud farm. And the design I did by It's Jamie. I'll have a link in the description. It's not the fastest, it's not the most simplest or the complicated design. It's kind of right smack dab in the middle, and it works for what I needed it to do. And so I excavated the circular area because I want to put a tower here. And after I did a little bit of excavating, I did a bunch more excavating. And some of it I started on stream, and others I did not. And so once I got it all excavated out, I started building the farm. And the farm, it only took me like 20-30 minutes to build. No, it's probably about an hour actually. And for all that it is, I have adapted it so there actually is a moss farm on it that is using bone meal to feed into the farm. So it's all unified up and will be completely covered up by the structure. And then I ran for the farm for about 24 hours so that I could stock up on both rooted dirt, and I actually added a little attachment onto it to make mud. And so I have a few shulker boxes of each now, and I'm quite happy with that. And on a live stream, which is another reason why you should check out our live streams every Saturday at noon Eastern time, is that I excavated the area underneath of it, which I don't have a recording of, for a dripstone farm, because I think dripstone will work perfectly in future projects, especially of this color that you will see shortly. So here we are again, and it took me a little bit, and I asked a few different people on what I should do with the accents and stuff like this, but it's going to be a circular tower because I'm quite familiar with building in circles, and it is using the packed mud bricks and jungle planks as a lot of the structure to it, and eventually I'll incorporate some deep slate once we get to higher parts of it as it narrows down. And I'm quite happy with how it looks, and I will eventually terraform around it a bit, light it all up, hide all the lighting, and then I will also add in some stairs. And actually right here, once I get back there, you can see the dripstone farm, and it's nothing extensive. Well, okay, well this is the top part, but if we come down here, this is the dripstone farm. As you can see, it actually has a decent amount on it already, but I want it to just keep filling up, and it actually releases once every I think it's every daytime once, because it's used based on daylight detectors. And so it swoops back and forth, pushes all of the blocks into water streams on either side, and then once it's done, all of the blocks, or all the pointed dripstone, come up here and get into chests. And yeah, so I've gotten actually a decent amount so far, but it's not complicated, and it's actually going to work perfectly underneath the structure. I don't need to put walls in here because it's going to be hidden underneath of the building. And so I'm quite happy with how this turned out, but I need to do a bunch more building on this in order to have it be aesthetic, and I might do a little bit of landscape afterwards. So I hope you stick around and see what we come up with, because it's always a fun adventure playing it by hand or freehanding it. So enjoy. Good morning! You're probably wondering why I'm just kind of standing here. And that is because I need to work on adjusting the iron farms, and I would like to set up an overflow storage properly so that anything that doesn't get into the sorter for iron, it's burned. But I recently updated to 120.4, and for those who aren't familiar, in 123 or 124, they updated the hit ranges of mobs and such in mining carts, and so my farms would rely on actually, well, we can look over there, which relies on a zombie in a minecart scaring villagers. Well, they have been converted because they could hit each other, and then as soon as one got infected, they all got infected. So I need to come over here and cure them because I really don't want to have to spend a bunch of time working on getting 3 new villagers here, but I also need to lower them. I believe all I have to do is lower the villager half a block, and he'll be fine. So, we'll see though, So let's come over here, let's splash them, and then I'm gonna just basically let them stare at me for the entire time until they are converted, because otherwise they're gonna be angry with me. So after a double mistake of me not being able to have the villager be seen by me, or the zombie villagers not be seen by me, one converted, and then they started attacking it and I couldn't get its attention, so it failed. But as we heard, the farm is working again, so that'll be exciting. But I still gotta move everything down, so I'm gonna do some magic and lower these and just make sure that everything is gonna work so I can finish working on this. So I'll be right back. Actually, I want to show you how much of a challenge this is. So I believe I only need to lower it half a block, so I'm going to put this trap door in this location right here, and if I turn on hitboxes, you can see the minecart hitbox is so low. I think it's the minecart hitbox is so low that I can't actually place it here, so I have to push it in from the side, which, you know, that sounds about right. And so now I should just be able to do this and this. I love how there's just an iron golem down there from when I was building the farm. And if I come over here now, let me hop in here. If I remember it, I'm gonna have to stop the water for a second. Yeah, make sure I don't hit the zombie villager. Do that. And now when I do this, the problem is that I think technically I needed to put it as a slab, but I think it'll be fine. Or as the iron trapdoor a block lower, but I think it'll be fine, so we'll see. I hope I don't lose any more villagers, but only time will tell. Let's do 3 more, and then we'll be done. Okay, so after just a few block placings and actually about lost some more villagers because of just being an idiot and not breaking the correct block, we got them all fixed, and I'm just going to come over here and pick up all the blocks and whatnot because it's a waste. And you might be wondering why I decided to do this rather than show off the build that I was doing. And that's because I think there was plenty of time to see the progress of the build, and I don't really know if there's a need to show it off. I mean, I can always show it off, and there'll always be pictures and stuff later, but it's not done yet. I actually need to work on getting some vines and stuff. I need to work on a staircase around the outside, but time's running thin, and it's the end of the semester for me, and so trying to get grades in and trying to get projects on the way and everything like that is always a struggle now. So I'm already running late for this episode. So I want to get this shipped off to you pretty quickly. And so that's why I'm deciding to do this right now, because I don't need to upgrade the iron. It's been on my to-do list for a long time now, but I might as well just do it now while I have the time. I think all I gotta do is put a cactus here and then finish the composter setup because, yeah, it's already basically done. Well, will actually that run across? I might actually have to put another water in here. If I put a sign here and do this, yeah, that will work. So I actually need to lower this 1 block. How am I gonna do this? Okay. If I do that, this needs to go here. This goes here. I don't want to pick that up from here. I need to put that there. And then, so technically everything should go in there. And then this will go... Oh, the challenge is, though, is that, like, I still have to lower this 1 whole block because it's not gonna... The composter is not gonna work because of the redstone. This is not gonna work. I might actually have to adjust it 1 more block. Hold on. Let me do that. Nope. Well, that works, I guess. This. I wish you could feed composters in from any direction. I think that would be really helpful. What I actually need to do. I need to move it. This one I need to put there. This one I need to feed down. I'm gonna leave that block there. Composter. And then we got this. There we go. See? All it took was a little bit of finesse. So then all the iron will be sorted in here. Any iron that does not... Oh, I gotta put water there. Any iron that does not get picked up will go and hit the cactus because it is a filtered... It is a filtered input. And yeah, I do love that the cactus holds the water back, so let me clean up my mess, and then we'll be out of here. And now is a good time to say thank you so much for hanging out, watching the video, seeing what I do around here. If you haven't already, leave a comment on what your favorite part was, or your least favorite part. Let me know what you want to see me do in the future, and I will do everything I can to make sure that we try to do something unique and new every time. So until then, I hope you have a fantastic time wherever you are, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!